Assalamualaikum and good day. I am Muhammad ZAFIR, and this is my lab partner, Muhammad Imran Iman. So we are gonna go through with the simulation of lab 3. So now we take a look at part 1. So for part 1, the question asks us to run the simulation of the 7 segment that shows the increment of number from 0 until 9. Then when it reaches the value 9, the display will revert back to 0 and the program will be looped. Okay, now we get to our circuit on practice. Now we will run the program now. As we can see from the program on practice, the display counts in increment to the value 9 and then reverts back to 0 and the program is looped. Okay, moving on to the exercise for part 1. The exercise for part 1 asks us to modify the program from the previous simulation by having the first display SD1 to count up from 0 to 9, and then followed by the SD2 second display counting down from 9 to 0. Okay, now we will run our simulation. As you can see here, SD1 is counting in increment from 0 to 9. And then when it reaches the value 9, SD2 count in decrement from 9 to 0. And then the program will be looped again. Okay, that's it for part 1. I pass on to my partner Imran Iman for part 2.
Okay, and for the part 2, we have to create this simulation circuit, and then we have given the coding to see what happened after we attach to the Arduino. So from the observation, you say that the push button 1 we start the 7 segment to count up from 0 until 99. If we push the button for the second button, we will do the same process but in the countdown pattern. So I will show you part 2. Okay. So as you can see, the 2 segment is blinking, and then when we push the first button 1, and the segment display start to increase from 0 until 99. So we wait until it reach 9 to see the observation. And reach 9, the second segment display will increase also. And then when we push the button, and then we start to push a button 2, the value will start to decrease in countdown pattern until the number reach 0. That's it. Okay, so the observation is same as the simulation. Next, they are given 2 tasks. For the task 1, it says you want to write a coding to display number count from 1 until 99 using 7 segment display. So we have create the circuit for the simulation. To task 1. Okay, so They write the coding, they're given in the lab report. So you can see the values start increase from 0 until 99. The same as the part 2, but this circuit is without the button. When you reach 9, value will increase into 10, 11, and so on until 99 for the task 1. Then for the second task, we say design a counter using Arduino with LED and 7 segment controlled by one button. We just take one button, and then we also have to put the LED, 2 red LED, 1 yellow LED, and 1 green LED. And then the process rule, it said that if the counter, the 7 segment display shows 0 until 2, the 2 red LED will turn on. And then when the number reach 3 until 4, 1 red LED will turn on. And then if the number reach 5 until 7, 2 red LED and 1 yellow LED will turn on. And then for the last one, counter 8 until 9, all LED will turn on. So as you can see through the simulation, here, okay, we already put the coding into the Arduino. Then number 1, the 2 LED red will turn on. When they reach number 3, 1 LED red will turn on. Then you set the second one, number 5. The number 5, the 3 LED will turn on with the yellow one. And then when the number reach 8, all the light will turn on. Here is it. Okay, that's all for lab 3. So we continue to lab 4. Okay, hello, my name is Imran and this is my partner, ZAFIR. So we will continue to the lab 4. Lab 4 asks for to do the simulation toward the LCD and keypad using the Arduino. So for the part 1, we have to develop this circuit as in the figure 1, and then we must put the coding into the Arduino, the given coding below the figure. So for the observation, we should see the system. When the system is run, the top line will display hello world, and then the second line, the bottom line, will show left for LCD keypad. So we will try to run this simulation. So as we can see, after we develop the circuit and put the coding inside, the LCD display hello world, and the second line display left for LCD keypad. So let's proceed to the exercise. It says modify your program to display a second row. So the second row we must to modify BA2374, and then left for LCD keypad. I think the first row we have to modify, and then the display will be continuous blinking. So we put a new coding to this one. Allow a second. For Arduino modify. Yes. Oh yeah. And we try to run. So as we can see, the hello world and the BA2374, and then it's blinking. Okay, for the exercise for the part 1. So next, my partner will continue for the part 2, the LCD and keypad.
Okay, now for the part 2 of lab 4. From here, the question asks us to use a keypad to produce an output on the display. So the keypad will be in a basic calculator form, and the display will display a countdown. I'm sorry, the display will have an increment count from 0 to an indefinite number with time interval of 1 second per count, and the value of the calculator button, if pressed, will display a value on the display. Okay, so we will now run the simulation for part 2. So for the first time we run, the display will show keypad LCD test, and the SEC, which stands for seconds, will start counting up from 0 with 1 second interval each. And then as if we press the button 1, the display on the key will show 1. And if we press, let's say, number 9, the display will show number 9. And for other buttons like plus sign, yeah, it is programmed to display D on the display area. And for the equal sign, is programmed to display the letter F on the display, LCD display. And so that's it for part 2. And now moving on. So for the part 5, the LCD display to display our name and our matrix number. The display will continue to blink indefinitely. So as we run the system, display blinks and our name is shown on the first line from the top, and the second line will display our matrix number. Okay, so moving on to second question. The second question asks us to replace the keypad with another set of keypad, which looks a lot like a house keypad, house phone keypad. Okay. So for the program that we have just now for the calculator keypad, we will have 4 rows and 4 columns on the display. But in this case, we will have 4 rows and 3 columns. The keypad, every key is mapped again to display the symbol on it. Okay, as we run the system, just like before, a clock will count up from 0 to an indefinite value with 1 second time interval, and as the button is pressed, it will show what value that it had been met. Okay, let's say we want to press number 6. So the keypad will write number 6, and then we will try to press button number 1. The key will show number 1 on the display, and if we press the button asterisk, yeah, the display will show the symbol too. So it's just a matter of remapping the key to display any types of value for question 2. Okay, that's it for our lab 5. Sorry, that's it for our lab 4. Um, thank you for watching.
Thank you.